welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, I'm Nandria. So today I'm very excited for this video because it's my first wig install. So I installed this beautiful blonde wig that I got from Amazon. Yes, you guys heard it right, I got this wig from Amazon and it's actually super good. I was so surprised by the quality, especially for a synthetic wig. This is also my first synthetic wig, so this whole video was full of firsts for you guys. So this was my first time installing it by myself from like start to finish, and I think I did pretty good. And I was kind of nervous for the blonde because it is kind of bright, but I think it actually does look good because, you know, black girls can rock anything, and that's on period. But yeah, so this is a 22-inch 13x6 lace frontal wig. It was retail for $42.90, and like with tax and everything, it came into $45. And I do have Prime, so it came in about a week, like exactly a week. It was supposed to come in 2 weeks because of like COVID and all that stuff, but it actually came early. It came in a week. So it came in this package box, and it was in like a little bag with the like hairnet over it. And I can, like, if you guys can tell by the way that I keep running my hand through my hair, it's super soft. Now because it is synthetic, it does get tangled a lot. Like this is my hairbrush. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is my hairbrush, and that's just after like one side. But once I like flat ironed it and everything, it got even softer and it wasn't getting as tangled as much. So overall, I would give this wig a 10 out of 10 because for a synthetic wig, I didn't really expect much, but it did pass. It did surprise me. So I would say, yeah, it's super soft, it's super shiny, it's like manageable. I flat ironed it and used the hot comb on the top part. And then I also used my mousse to kind of like get the flyaways because I didn't have that little wax stick. So most of the things I used to install the wig you can get from Amazon. I didn't really use much. I used the Ghost Bond glue, the free spray. I used Wig Caps that my mom already had. I didn't really like have anything extravagant. Like everything I used in the video you can get from Amazon, so I will definitely put those links down in the description box. But if you are interested in seeing how I did this wig, just stay tuned. So I first started out with my wig cap, and this is a wig cap that I got from my mom. I think she got like a package of 10 or so on AliExpress. If I can find the link, I'll definitely put it in the description box. But I brought it down all the way to my eyebrows and like to my side of my cheek because I wanted to get as much coverage as I can. And then now I'm kind of like pushing my edges back because I do have, my edges do come down a bit, so I wanted to make sure it was all covered up when I do the entire install. So then I go in with my freeze spray and I'm just spraying around my edges. I did go a little bit further down from my hairline because I just wanted it to cover, I kind of wanted to reduce my forehead just a bit. But yeah, so I'm going in with my freeze spray and I'm spraying my entire hairline so that I can get it all nice and tacky and sticky. And then I go in with my blow dryer. So I didn't know this before, but it's best when you're using the freeze spray to use the blow dryer on the cool setting because the freeze spray works best when it's with the cool setting. If you use the hot setting, it'll kind of like make it harder for the freeze spray to do its job. So yeah, I go in with my blow dryer and I waited about like 2 minutes before I checked if it was tacky, and I knew, that's me checking if it was tacky, and that's how I knew if I needed more or not. So I use about 2 layers of this free spray, and then I use a layer or 2, I can't remember, of the Ghost Bond glue. Now with the Ghost Bond glue, I made sure to put a little bit as I went along because for this one you have to make sure that it dries thoroughly before you can actually put anything on it because then it won't really stick too well. So I put a thin layer on and then I kind of like brush it out so that it can get even thinner, and then I went again in with my blow dryer so that it can dry. You have to make sure that when it's drying that that it gets clear, so like it goes on white and then you know that it's dried when it becomes clear. when all that is dried, I'm going to try and cut my ears. Not try to cut my ears, but I'm cutting a hole from my ear so that way I can try and get the wig cap down as flat as possible. So I cut the hole and then I take my ears out, and then I go back in with the Ghost Bond so that I can make sure to get the sideburns down as flat as possible. Once all the glue is dried and tacky, and I think I put 2 layers of the free spray and the Ghost Bond, I'm just gonna go in and cut the cap. I cut it as close to the hairline, well, not the hairline, but the glue as possible, so that I can get a nice even look. When I was watching the videos, I did see that you're supposed to cut it in zigzags so that it can resemble the hairline, but that was a bit too complicated for me, especially as a beginner. So I tried it in the beginning, but then it was getting too tedious, so I just decided I'll just cut it and it'll just come out as is, because that was just too complex for me. I don't know what it was about it. And then when I cut the sideburns, it was lifting a bit, so I just went back in with the Ghost Bond and then blow dried it a bit so that it can stick and stay down. So once all of that is done, I went in with my toner. Usually you're supposed to use alcohol to try and get all the glue off, but I just used my toner because it was easier. And this is the wig. It came with 3 combs in it, and this is just me brushing it out because it was already tangled when I took it out of the bag again. And then I'm going in with a concealer that I just an extra concealer I had in my makeup bag, and I'm going to use that to cover the lace. And then I did the same on my wig cap. I went in with my concealer and then my foundation to try and get the wig cap and the wig to match as close as possible. Again, I'm going back in with my toner and cleaning off the makeup that got on my forehead, so that when I'm putting on the wig, it'll be on a clean surface. Now this wig did come with baby hairs, but the baby hairs were super long and it was just, I couldn't function, and also I had the fan on, so it was just a hot mess right now. But eventually I did figure out how to make sure to get the wig put on properly. I was just kind of brushing away the baby hairs and trying to get it back so that I can see the edge of the lace and be able to place it properly. So once I figured out where I wanted to put the lace, I went in with the Ghost Bond, and then just the same thing as I did when I was putting on the wig cap. Just use the thin layer at first, spread it out, and then let it dry a bit with the blow dryer. And then once I got the glue a bit tacky, I went in and put the lace on it. I didn't wait till it fully dried because I wanted it to fully dry with the wig on it. So I made sure it was a little bit tacky, and then I placed the wig on the same spots that I put it, and then I continued blow drying again so that it can dry down with the wig. So once I finished gluing down the lace and it was pretty good, I went in with this is kind of like the material that you do on wigs to get the strap at the back. My mom had some extra, so I used that, but you can really use anything to just lay it down. I kind of wanted it to dry in place. So I put this on for like 5 minutes and then went back to finishing putting on the wig. So once it was down and dry, it was looking pretty good, and I was kind of getting excited. But now I'm just figuring out if I wanted to do a middle part or a side part. I remember my friend was saying that middle part are for like business and the side part is for flirty, so that's kind of what I did, and I ended up deciding I would do a side part because it was, you know, blonde hair, more fun, more flirty, so I thought that would have been a good decision. And then I also decided that I did not want to do edges because I am a beginner. It is a little more complicated to do edges, and I didn't want to go through the hassle, and plus these baby hairs, I didn't really like them that much, so I was just like, whatever, I'll just cut them off. So then I went in and I just cut the lace, and then once again I was trying to do the zigzag method, but it just was not working out for me, so I ended up doing some and then just giving up. But like, if you can do it, I would definitely suggest doing it, but I just couldn't. And then also when you're getting to the side, make sure to lift up the hair. I didn't lift up the hair, so I just cut the lace that I saw, but I ended up cutting a little too much lace, and then the side was a little bit too short, so I had to go back and fix that, which was a hassle. So just make sure that you can see the entire hairline so that you know exactly where to cut. So my camera cut out, so you didn't see that, but I just went and fixed the lace how I liked, and if it was lifting, I just went back in with the glue and whatever. But now I'm just trying to like solidify the part. I went in a little bit deeper because there was a good amount of lace space in the wig, so I just wanted the part just a little bit deeper, not too much. And then once I got that, I started just brushing it out because I was getting ready to flat iron it and put on the hot comb and all that stuff. So I was just brushing it out, and it was a lot of hair, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of hair did come out, but once you combed out and brushed out the hair, it was really soft. I loved it so much, and I was really surprised at how soft it was. When it's brushed out, you can barely tell that it's synthetic, but it's only when it's tangled do you remember that it is synthetic. So now I'm going in with a hot comb to try and make the part a little bit permanent, and also try and get the side a bit flat. It did take heat kind of well. The hot comb got pretty hot, but it wasn't as hot. Like, you know, when you can feel that the hair was hot combed, it wasn't really like that. It would flatten, but it wasn't like pressed down. So I would say it takes heat pretty well, but not the best. Hot comb, and I did all that I could, and then after, my camera kind of cut out, but I flat ironed the hair and everything. So this is the final look. I made sure to brush it through again, but I think this wig is really nice. It came out really good, especially for a beginner, but I hope you guys enjoyed.